Okay, we're going to unbox this cargo rack and see what it looks like. All right, so we have everything laid out, and one thing I always like to do when I do these assemblies is I like to check and make certain that all the parts are here. It's nothing worse than getting halfway through putting something together and discovering you don't have enough parts to do or complete the job. So anyway, everything's here, looks pretty good, and you'll need a 17 millimeter and a 13 millimeter wrench to put these together. I'm going to use a wrench and a socket with a ratchet, but you can use 2 wrenches or whatever the case may be, whatever you decide to use. The first thing we're going to do is put these 2 halves together and attach it to this post here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back with the completed job. One thing I wanted to point out when you're putting this together is you notice these holes are more towards the top, and that's the way you want to mount these brackets. You want to mount them with this turned this way with this hole towards your bottom of your bracket there. So okay, so we have the 2 halves mounted to the post, and the next thing we're going to do is we're going to need to mount these there. There's 2 of them. One goes at the bottom and then one at the top, and that's what holds this thing steady. So we'll do that and be right back. So this is what happens when you don't verify things. You just assume. This nut is actually a 13 millimeter and the head of the bolt is a 14 millimeter. And just to show you, let's see, that's a 13 millimeter wrench. Fits the nut perfectly. But will not fit the bolt head. Too small. And here is a 14 millimeter wrench, if I can get it, and fits the bolt head perfectly. Too big for the nut. So anyway, you're gonna need a 13 millimeter wrench and a 14 millimeter wrench. Okay, so got it together. Seems like it's real secure. It's pretty sturdy. When you put these screws and bolts through here, make sure I would insert them this way where your nut is on the inside. That's just my personal preference. You can do it whichever way you want, but I think it's a better installation. All right, I'm using this rack. I got it from my Jeep. And so we're gonna go ahead and put it in there. I was a little worried at first about my spare tire being in the way, but as you can see, it fits fine. There's no, there's plenty of room. They, one good thing, they send you a pin and also the clevis pin to go in it, but I like to do things overkill. I'm gonna actually use a locking pin on mine. I don't like having your stuff so easily stolen. So I'll be right back. All right, so we have the locking pin in there, and as you'll notice, this thing is pretty loose, but they give you this hitch tightener here, and this is gonna take a 19 millimeter socket or wrench to put on there, and we'll do that and be back. All right, got the tensioner on there, and as you can see, this thing don't shake anymore. It's really sturdy, and I think you can haul a pretty good bit of stuff on it. That's your hitch tightener there. I mounted this like this because it's easier to get to. You can mount it either way. You can put that on the bottom if you need to, but it works fine just like that. Like I said, it's, you can see I'm trying to shake it and it's sturdy. One other thing I wanted to mention before I end this video is if you're mounting this on a Jeep, I mean, this is a 35-inch tire. It's not a stock tire. It's fairly tall, but anyway, you can still open your tailgate without having to take that rack off. So that's it's pretty good deal there.